Hey y'all, Ham here. How you doing today? Oh, it's a little hazy. Oh, look at the way the sun's coming through. Very like optical illusion. I like it. Very cool. So, yeah, I'm gonna jump right into today's video, but real quick, I just want to say I started getting involved with a singing group again. Really exciting. It's just for the month of July. Could possibly turn into a more permanent thing, but it's like a barbershop quartet. A lot of fun. I miss it. Of course, I start right when I'm like getting over a cold, so my throat's like yeah, but that's exciting. We'll see how long. I'm like literally hiding, so we're just gonna see. I wasn't bothered all day, but as soon as this video starts, you're gonna see the people coming out of the woodworks. I guarantee it. And the motorcycles. Alright, so today's video is about checking in with yourself. Checking in with yourself when you start to have those like floods of dopamine and serotonin or whatever the hormone is and the chemicals are when you feel like you're in love with somebody. And when you're just crushing on, I was like watching a lot of these like dating like YouTube channels, like men teaching women about like men and like what their intentions are and like how to read men better. And one of them was talking about like when you're actually in love, it's a different hormone than when you're kind of just obsessing over somebody or just kind of like in the crush stages. And the crush stages is more like the same feeling you get when you're like on a drug high or something. Like it's that same like addictive feeling. It sparks the same type of like chemical reaction. So actually loving someone or having a crush on someone, or you know, the beginning stages of love, as opposed to just an obsession, just something to like maybe occupy our time. Maybe we've been lonely for a really long time, so literally the first person that sparks our interests, maybe like, you know, we start to go into these, you know, frames of mind, like, you know, almost like imagining what they would be like this false sense of like what they're like. You know, we start to get into this fantasy. It's just like any kind of fantasy. It's very typical, you know, when you kind of in the beginning stages of kind of having a crush on someone or like wanting to talk to somebody. And those hormones that erupt during that stage, like I said, is the same as like an addictive, when you're addicted to something, that same kind of rush, that same kind of hormonal like experience. And it can be debilitating. It can really knock you off your course and really like, you know, absorb your entire existence, your entire path, your entire day. And it might feel fun at first to, you know, be absorbed in that and just fall into that and let yourself have that. But what it's doing often is blocking energy, blocking your ability to open up other doors to maybe your true soulmate coming through, you know, or you know, love makes you stupid. It's a fact. Like there's some kind of like change in your body that kind of makes you almost like loopy and goofy, and a lot of times it's like that happens just when you're like kind of crushing on somebody, or you're like you have like you know, like feelings with someone you don't actually really know, right? And it can be debilitating. Like I said, it can be, you know, it just takes over your life. Like you have this one thought about something and you just run with it. You just completely dart like Forrest Gump style with this idea of what this person is like. So what can we do, or what's some advice when that happens? Well, you need to like splash some cold water on your face and really like check in with yourself in those moments. if you find yourself like literally not being able to like accomplish your daily tasks, you know, maybe you had a career goal in mind, or a career job or something set in your head, or a new you know, hobby or something, and you find yourself not even being able to like continue being involved in that, or continue like focusing on that, and you're just so obsessed because you want so badly to be accepted, so badly to be loved, or maybe just obsessing over an ex, you know. It's hard. It takes a lot of courage. It takes a lot of strength. Like I think about that scene in Never-Ending Story when Atreyu is like sinking in the quicksand. Slowly the horse sinks down, and we all get sad when the horse sinks down. And now Atreyu is sinking and sinking and sinking, and now it's just his hand above the quicksand, above the dirt, and all he has is his hand. And there seems like there's no hope, there's no way out, there's no possible way. Like there's literally like, how could I ever be rescued from this feeling? And we could translate this to a lot of things in our life. If people are feeling suicidal, or if you're feeling depressed, you know, anything in those, you know, any hopeless feeling. But what happens at the end of the movie, he, you know, Sebastian, right, is his name, figures out a way to save the land. Oh, I forgot what the land is called. And slowly Atreyu gets pulled out of this mud eventually. Like there was hope, there was a miracle, and it happened. Out of all that like muck that he was stuck in, literally just his hand was above this quicksand, this quick mud. But he still pulled himself out at the end, right? There was a miracle that happened, and it still happened. You know, people who are religious, you know, believe in this, you know, with their God, with whatever God they believe in, you know, or Jesus, or what, you know, whatever kind of religious being you believe in. So you have to not be lazy, right? You could fall into these feelings, you could fall into this obsession. You could just sit all day listening to the same song over and over and over again, thinking of this person, right? We're specifically talking about relationships, but you know, it translates into many things in life. You know, just obsessing over this. And it seems like you can never stop. Like you're not going to stop till you get to this person, till this person notices you, till you get a relationship with this person. But what if you finally talk to this person and they're not anything like what you thought? And then you just spent 6 months of your life messed up over it, right? So if we're not willing to talk to that person or make a move, you know, it's just going to be this ongoing cycle of like, what if, what if, what if? And moving on seems almost impossible. So that's why I think in life we need to always be practicing mindfulness, just in general. So when these type of situations happen, we have the tools and the strength we need to make the right decisions and make the right choices, and just forcibly pull ourselves out of that muck, right? Nobody can really do that sometimes. I mean, you can ask for advice, and sometimes that does help, and I have to say, like in times in my life, like that has helped, and like just talking to other people who've been there, or just people who can see more clearly. But sometimes it's not enough. It's like your body's still having these chemical reactions. So when we practice mindfulness, when we practice or we do things that build strength in our body and strength in our mind and strength in our lives, when those moments come, you know, we can go splash, cold water, wake up, stay on your path, stay on that path. Don't let that shit rock you. Don't let that obsession, that addiction push you over. You know? And when something really is love, when something really feels right, you won't be questioning it. You won't be wondering. You won't be like having that like obsessive feeling. When you love something, you can like, I was listening to something, when you love something, it's like, it's a different feeling. Like you can almost calm down. You can almost like ease into it. When it's an obsession, it's like it's like this addiction. Like just think of like, I joke around, like maybe I'll have fast food or something really bad for me like once a month, and it's usually when like the devil's got me by the throat, like when I'm PMSing, and literally is like Shh, go to Taco Bell, you know? But in those moments, I could say, like, no, I'm not. Standing strong, I'm not going to Taco Bell. I'm not doing it. But you still let it happen because it's easier just to like give into those temptations, right? So in order to, because I know the summer is here and people, summer romances, summer love, summer, all that kind of stuff happens a lot of times during this time. People are out partying, people are out socializing. So just remember to check in with yourself, like, where did I meet this person? What are they really like? What red flags am I purposely like pushing over and not like letting myself see? And sometimes we don't want to see it because we just want so badly for it to have worked out, for this to be the one, for this to be the savior in our life. But always remember to work on mindfulness and building strength in your own character. Do things that build your character. And then when those moments come, you may have the tools to say, whoa, wait a second. I don't need that. I don't need that person. Or if they come to me, great, but I don't need to let it ruin my life and throw me completely off my path because now I'm gonna have this addictive feeling to like needing to get to that person, right? And if that person like rejects you, so to speak, not in like necessarily a totally horrible way, but just like, you know, doesn't have the same feelings, you need to say, okay, and let it go and walk away. Walk away, walk away, walk away. They're telling you, they're directly telling you, like, no matter how much you like this person, it's not meant to be. It's birds and bugs this time that are distracting me. Oh my God. So just, I gave myself a little like trim too today, which is good. You have to just move on. It's hard because you're lonely. I know people feel lonely and they just want so badly for like this thought of the future to be what it was. Like they don't, because people don't want to like start all over again. It sucks to feel like you got to start again. But trust me, how many times have you started again? How many times have you like had a crush on someone, it went away, and then you have a new crush on someone, right? When you open those doors, when you let go of that BS, sorry, I got cut off. I just want to finish what I was saying. So keep those. So when you let go of those things, you create the open door for new things to come in, right? We've heard this before. You want to be able to leave those doors open for the right people, for the right opportunities, for the right kind of love and happiness. And like, you know what your goals are in life. You deserve them. You can obtain them. But you have to leave those doors open for them to be able to come in for you. Okay? So stay positive. Don't let obsessions dictate your day, dictate your life, dictate your world. You are a beautiful, wonderful soul, and I love you, and you're beautiful today, and have a wonderful summer. It's almost 4th of July. I love fireworks, but be careful because we all know veterans and dogs don't always like them, so be careful where you're shooting them off. Don't shoot your hand off. Don't shoot your eye out. Mama loves you. Stay beautiful, stay happy, stay healthy. Be well. Bye.